You've tried complicated, you've tried random. But what if the real answer was simple? This is functional training done right. Just 10 minutes a day, built to hit your whole body, shift your mindset, and reset your life. It's varied, efficient, scalable, and it's different every day. I've coached for over 20 years, civilians, athletes, military. I built this to remove every excuse. You don't need a plan. You don't need to think. You just press play. The 5 a.m. Squat Club. Let's go. Good morning. Welcome to day 49 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Now, I've been coaching fitness and health for over 24 years. And now that I'm 40 and I've decided to rebuild, this is the program that I've chosen. I've done everything. I've coached powerlifting to weightlifting to yoga to step aerobics. And this is the most efficient, most effective way to build muscle, burn fat, jack up your energy, slow down cortisol production for the day, and improve your life. So if that's you, stick around. Let's get it done this morning on the 5 a.m. Squat Club. What we'll do is we're going to go through a few things. First, we're going to get into our squat. This is a new segment. We're going to get into our squat and we're going to do our affirmations there. We're going to spend at least a minute in that passive squat. We call it the paleo chair at the gym. And that's going to start opening up the hips, but it's also going to start telling your body, hey, like this is a human position. Let's get there. Then we'll do priming and affirmations, warm up the body, warm up the mind. We'll hit our workout today, which is going to be some hang dumbbell snatches and a bent over dumbbell row, a little bit of upper back today. And then we'll get through some moments of clarity, talk about how this is the most effective for you. Maybe I'll back it up. And then we'll set up for our homework for the day. So come on down, see if you can get your knees in line with your feet. If you can't stay there and you're falling over, you could grab a counterbalance, either a weight or a post or a door frame. So we're just going real quick twice through. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. And I choose gratitude. So you can say these to yourself. You can just listen along. You can repeat different affirmations. But this is effective. It might sound woo-woo, but the more times you say them, the more real it becomes. One more time. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy. Something wonderful is about to happen. Today I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. I choose gratitude. All right. Mind is beginning to be primed. Warm up is going up on the screen here. I'm going to go knee raises. I'm going to go good mornings. I'm going to go some form of lunge, maybe a stretch down there. I'm going to go burpees. And I'm going to go squats. So follow along with the warm up. Do your own warm up. Get 2 rounds of that. Just get warm. Move the body. Get the heart rate up. Get the blood flowing. If you are anywhere like me that is getting into our kind of midsummer, the northern hemisphere, starting to warm up here. We got the windows open. I'm not closing them this morning. It was a warm sleep last night. See if my shirt stays on this morning. Thinking about going shirtless, but this mic needs to attach to something. Okay, so I'll just give you a little background here. I've been working out personally since I started volunteering at the YMCA. Would have been about the year 2000 at our local gym, and we were cleaning machines and stocking, whatnot. But you'd get questions from people too, right? So you'd get, hey, how do I build this or work that or whatever. So basically, ever since that point, I've been learning about health and fitness and mentoring, coaching. And then eventually in 2012, I opened my own gym, and we've been helping hundreds, thousands of people ever since. The reason I bring that up, well, it's twofold. One, you can do everything right, have all the tools, and still fall off. And I'm living proof of that if your headspace gets wrong, doesn't matter what tools you have, if you don't hold on, if you don't keep working, if you don't keep your discipline, that can all be lost. So that's number one. And then number two is all that experience has showed me what works. So when I created this morning program, I wanted two things. Well, I wanted a number of things. One, I wanted squats, just because it's an essential movement, right? If you can't squat, you can't do squat. I wanted functional movement in general, right? That's where you're going to see things like burpees, and you're going to see never machines. You're always going to see us moving our bodies. And I want something intense and short. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later. But so what I came to was this 10-minute EMOM. And it's evolving to become nice and well-rounded. And you can adjust the intensity as you go, make sure that you're pushing hard. But at the same time, you can have days where you don't shove it and you just move. You choose that, hey, today's going to be a easier day. I'm going to keep the habit by doing it anyways, but I'm just not going to say go through the motions, but I'm not going to aim to kill myself. So it's got that. And then if you talk about the rest of the routine, there's so much more to it. So the exercise is one, but when you throw in the rest of the routine, and I'm going to dig into that a little bit more after the workout, it's life-changing. And I might mention that, you could get very similar results with other workouts. And that's very true, right? It doesn't need to be exactly this. But this format, the workout, the routine, gives you everything you need, and you're going to get so much benefit out of it over just another different workout. So, don't need a whole lot of warm-up this morning because it is hot. So good morning, those of you that skipped ahead through the warm-up. Day 4-9 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club, and we are talking about why you should do this, especially if you're 40 years old, busy, got kids, got a life. This is it for you. Fat loss, strength gain, energy improvement, mindset clarity, the path to get you your dreams. It's all here. So what we're going to do this morning, 2 movements, alternating for 10 minutes. That's the whole theme here today, is that style of workout. 2 movements are going to be a bent over dumbbell row. So I'm just going to grab myself something, but if you're new to this, you don't need anything. You can just move your arm. I'm going to get into a staggered stance. I'm going to hinge over. I might put my hand on my knee. We'll see. And I'm just going to pull from a nice relaxed arm, kind of towards the hip to the belly button a little bit. And then I'm going to switch sides. So I'll get, 5 to 10 per side, depending on kind of how heavy that feels. Scaling wise, obviously, and you can always put your hand on something. You don't need to support. And then just pull the chest. Obviously more functional if you're not supported, but all good. The other movement is going to be the hand sweaty one. We're going to go hang dumbbell snatch. So I'm going to take my dumbbell. I'm going to hinge at the hip, bring it between the knees. I'm going to squeeze my butt hard and then pull with the arm. So the legs do the work first, and then you finish with the arm Try not to smash that dumbbell into your junk, which I just did. Okay. So I'm going to go with this heavier dumbbell. You can use whatever weight you want. I'm going to aim for no more than 30 seconds of work per minute, sorry. And once again, we'll alternate minutes. 1 minute is going to be your row. 1 minute is going to be your hang dumbbell snatch, EMOM. Every minute on the minute. If you start and it's a little bit low intensity, jack up the reps a little bit as you go. Don't start too hot. If you are ready, it's time to go. If you're with us, subscribe to the channel. Get with us every day. We're doing it all the time. So you better get some better beats and you better get some better rhymes. Hopefully I don't do too much of that. All right, let's do this. Bent over rows first. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There's 8 per side. We'll start with that. If you're new, thanks for joining us. If you're not new, thanks for being here. But it's not about thanks from me. It's about thanking yourself. Body will thank you. It's slippery. Ooh, that's all right then. That's gonna get slippery. I'm sure I've told you before, I've got sweaty hands. That was 7%. Hope I don't throw this dumbbell. You're gonna see it if I do, because this doesn't get redone. Losing track there, it was 8 or 9. It was 8 and 9. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me a little bit. Sweat towel. Go left. Two rounds down. Some hair removal yesterday, mainly for the thumbnail here. Hopefully I can get a good one.
Oh.
My hands. So slippery. Hands are definitely slippery. Wonder if I'll bring home some chalk today. Make a mess in here. One more round. Good work so far. Another day, another dollar. Fantastic work, everybody. Excuse my breathing. Take a minute to catch your breath. And you could be asking yourself now, why the hell did I do that? Well, especially if you pushed it and you brought yourself to a place where that was uncomfortable, just like you're seeing here. We're going to talk about the reasons. We're going to talk about the reasons why the whole program is so effective. So, we're going to start with first thing in the morning, right? This isn't the noon squat club. It's the 5 a.m. squat club. And it's that for a reason. So first thing, you get up early. You set your alarm for the same time every day. You get up early. And right away, there are two things that happen there, along with not pressing snooze when you get up early. What happens is you start to believe that you are a person that gets up early. You're a person that wins first thing in the morning because you don't press snooze. And then, likely, this discipline starts leading to more wins, such as making your bed, such as not scrolling on your phone first thing, such as drinking water instead of coffee. So this win in the morning, this consistency creates discipline. The other thing is, if your motivation fades, once you've built this habit, you know that all you need to do is show up. Especially since you don't need any motivation. I'm here doing it with you. So become disciplined. You become a person that is successful, wins in the morning, and then those wins are your win for the day, right? When you start with success in the morning, this is where the fat loss happens, is you make better decisions throughout the day. So when you know you've started on this win, you're not going to finish here, go do your homework, your most important work, and then go stuff yourself with junk food. It's so unlikely because you've win. You've had your morning win. You've had your success. You now will not destroy that with the rest of your day's bad habits. So for the most part, this is where the fat loss for you is going to happen. I'm going to just touch on very quickly food, right? What we talk about here in terms of food is getting away from the standard American diet. I talk about animal-based, especially animals that have been raised in their natural environment. Get them out of a barn, get them out of a confined animal feeding operation or a CAFO, get them on the ground. Animal foods are the most nutrient-dense food you can put in your body. They're low carbs. They're not going to cause inflammation and insulin sensitivity, which is going to lead to metabolic dysfunction, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, Alzheimer's, dementia, cancer, all those things. So routine plus good habits developed by the routine plus good food as a result of those habits leads to this, right? I don't count calories. I don't track macros. I eat until I'm full of real food, right? We raise our own lamb, we raise our own beef, we raise our own eggs, we raise our own chicken, and each meal is centered around that. Most times for me, there's nothing else. It's just that meat. So good habits, wins throughout the day, successful eating because you've got wins. Now, let's talk about the workout. And hopefully I don't blab too long about this, but this is important stuff. There's a reason why we do what we do, right? There's a reason why we push ourselves hard and for a short period of time. The short period of time is because you can't push yourself hard for a long period of time. The intensity has to drop if you go too long. So we're going to keep it nice and tight, 10 minutes. Really, it's only 5 minutes of work because you're working 30 seconds and resting 30 seconds. So 5 minutes of work pushed into that 10 minutes, and we're working hard. And the point of that is multiple, but I'm just going to talk hormonally, right? If you don't jack up the heart rate, if you don't create intensity, your body doesn't change. So what happens when you do that is you jack up your cortisol response. And people hear cortisol, they think stress hormone, they think bad. But listen to this. This is different than you being stressed all day for silly stuff, right? Chronic cortisol elevation versus acute cortisol elevation are two different things. That being said, within acute cortisol, cortisol, what would I even call it? increase. There's one that's effective and one that's not. Greg Glassman, the founder of CrossFit, used to say, hey, I can put you out in a field and shoot at you, and that's going to be intense. That's going to jack up your heart rate. That's going to increase your cortisol response. But that's not the same as intensity that we're doing here. What we do here, this physical intensity, jacks up your cortisol, and the body gets this stimulus of, all right, like we worked really hard now, but what we're going to do now is relax. And the benefit here is after that cortisol spike that you get during this intense exercise, you get a massive reduction of cortisol throughout the day. And this is the magic, because chronically elevated cortisol levels is what breaks down our body. It's what gives us ulcers, is what deteriorates our muscle because we are on edge all the time. It kills our sleep. It kills our nutrition. It's a downward spiral. So if you can manage cortisol, manage your stress response, life is better. The body heals better. It grows better. Everything. So if you're not managing that with, number one, in the morning, intense exercise to jack it up and then to force that lowering throughout the day. And then two, practicing patience throughout the day, trying not to get caught up and jacked up by everything that happens and holding on to it. This is advice for me. I can definitely stress too much throughout the day and cause myself anxiety. So breathe. The last part here, after we're talking about the effectiveness of this workout, right? Functional movements, I talked about earlier. This part, I've been coaching forever. This is not just a program that's thrown together. This comes from years and years of experience. It's short and intense. It's functional, covering everything. If you do this, you're not going to walk away with no results. And then the last bit, over my 24 years of coaching, what I've noticed is there's knowledge and there's commitment and all that. But then everybody falls off here and there. And the glue that holds them in is accountability. It's the friend that they've been going with to the gym. It's the circle of influence they've surrounded themselves via podcasts or videos or whatever of people that are disciplined, that hold them back to it. But that's what it is. It's accountability. It's community. So the last benefit of this program, oh, there's more benefits. But the last benefit in terms of fat loss and energy and health is this community. Everybody that's following along here in this growing community is like-minded. We have the same goals and same aspirations. And if you hang out with and spend time with people that are pushing themselves forward, you're going to get there too. If you surround yourselves with people that are getting up late, eating junk food, scrolling on their phones, you will become that, and you will look like them, feel like them. So if you're interested in becoming the fittest, leanest version of yourself, especially over 40, simple. All you got to do, join us, subscribe on the 5 a.m. Squat Club, and then every morning you just press play. But don't run away yet. You got your homework now. We've finished priming. We understand why this is most effective. We've primed our bodies for success. But now you got to go sit down and do your homework. You got at least 1 hour before the rest of the world wakes up to do your most important work. You're reading, you're learning, you're growing, you're creating, you're writing, you're bringing something into this world. Maybe you're just sitting down with your eyes closed and focusing on choosing your direction. But figure it out. Let's make progress every day. Doesn't need to be perfect. One step at a time. See you tomorrow on the 5 a.m. Squat Club.